quick lesson on the sales cycle in customer service. In this lesson, we'll talk about why it's important to really know your workplace, what the sales cycle actually is, and communication opportunities. Before you serve any customers, you need to know what products or services your workplace offers and what your workplace policies and procedures are. Before I turned 19, I'd quit university and walked out of a job in a clothes store and was applying for every job that was advertised, one of which was a job as a sales assistant in the cookware section of a department store. One of the first questions I was asked in the interview was, what do I like to cook? I stumbled. I had zero cooking skills, so I panicked and I said, not much because I'm a vegetarian. I knew right there and then that I'd fluffed it. How could I possibly assist customers in buying cookware if I didn't know how to cook? If I didn't know a mandolin from a microplane? How could I upsell from a frying pan to a skillet if I didn't know how to use one? If I had successfully got that job, I would have needed to know the company's policies and procedures, such as how to serve a customer at the till, not just how to operate the till itself, but what information would be required from the customer, how I would need to package the items the customer was buying, what the company's returns policy was, and how much cash was allowed to be in the float, what to do if the till had lots of cash in it for security reasons. I would have needed to know how to process a refund and how to escalate problems that I didn't have the authority to deal with. All staff should receive full training on this before they serve any customers, and businesses should have these policies and procedures in place before opening their doors. The sales cycle has 7 stages: prospect for leads, make initial contact, qualify the customer, present your product, overcome objections, close the sale, and generate referrals. The first stage of the sales cycle is identifying a prospective customer. You should have a target market or an ideal customer profile. In the cookware department, there may be customers who eat to live and need to replace a non-stick pan because the coating has worn away. Then you may have the customer who lives to eat, who knows how to use a microplane and has a knife for every occasion. Each will have different needs, different aims, and different budgets. In the case of a dog groomer, you will have customers with different breeds, different lifestyles, different ages, and different budgets. Once you have identified potential customers, the next stage is to initiate contact. For the sales assistant in the cookware department, a simple greeting to a browsing customer might be the best introduction, simply to let them know that you are there should they need assistance. As a dog groomer, it might be a phone call, a message or comment on social media, or a walk-in inquiry. Your goal at this stage is to build a rapport. People browse department stores for many reasons: to kill time, to get ideas, to plan for upcoming birthdays, and not all customers are actually looking to buy. They might be killing time with no purpose at all, or just gathering information for themselves and may come back at a later date. A little conversation with some questioning will reveal their intentions, and as a dog groomer you are probably already familiar with the customer who phones you and simply asks for a price. It's good to gauge whether the customer is ready to buy before you invest too much time in them at that moment and let a genuine lead pass you by. At this stage, you would present your product or service to your potential customer. How will your product or service enrich the customer's life? What is your USP? By now, you should have a sales pitch. Don't automatically disregard that customer who is simply price checking all the groomers in their local area. Every customer is a sale opportunity. As previously mentioned, the customer may well be gathering information with no intention to buy yet, but they may come back to you. For the customer who is ready to buy, your goal is to make them want to buy your product or service. By this stage, you have started to build a rapport with your customer and they have all the information they need about your product or service, but they still hesitate. What are their objections? It could be price, appointment availability, or a matted coat maybe. What can you do for that customer to accommodate their needs? At this stage, the goal is to close the sale. Several studies show that offering discounts can make the customer less likely to buy your product. It can make them think there is a huge profit margin and think there is less value in your product or service. You could, however, offer an upgrade or an add-on service for free, especially if it is tailored to their dog's needs. An example could be, I can see your dog's nose is dry, so if you are happy to book today, I can add a nose and paw balm service to your groom at no extra cost. This personalisation would improve the customer experience, which is covered in one of our other customer service lessons as well. Not only could an upsell close the deal, it could encourage repeat business of a higher package. You should put the same effort and quality control into every sale, into every groom you carry out, because your clients are your walking adverts, and the best method of potential leads is word of mouth and generates new prospective customers, and this starts the sales cycle all over again. Many years ago, when I worked as a jewellery sales assistant, I was covering my station when I noticed a customer hovering around the Ori swatches on a colleague's station. I signalled to my colleague to let them know that there was a customer there, and he mimed an action to say it was a non-starter and to avoid. I asked if he minded if I served his customer, and he said, "Be my guest." After my initial communication with the customer, he tried on a watch he was looking at and bought it within 2 minutes of me greeting him. It turned out he knew more about Ori watches than us, and he was a collector. Apart from instances of misjudgment such as that, every interaction is an opportunity to leave a positive impression, even complaints. Jesus allegedly once said, "Do unto others as you would have them do to you." This ancient moral has influenced the golden rule of business, which is used as a foundation of ethics and principles to build upon because it places a premium on relationships and can help business leaders and inspire employees to perform at a higher level and create a better experience.